do we really have the capacity to make a change or to be effective? So give yourself that gift of being present in this moment. And part of how we do that is by opening up sacred space, but by smudging off and just letting ourselves get really clear. This is been a very powerfully transitional period on the planet. And spirits just say that we really need to honor that. We need to honor these huge transitions and these huge leaps that we're going through as a group, as a species, and that all children on this planet, whether they be human, insect, plant, mammal, stones, all things that make up this matrix are all going through it together. So Spirit is saying to at first start with compassion for yourself before we start tonight, but also to really extend compassion to your brothers and sisters for the people that we may be getting impatient with actually are going through this also. So, and some people may not be as aware of it as we are, because they haven't been walking a path, and that's not sitting in judgment. That's just saying they just may be very, very confused right now, and things may be really hitting them. And just as they're hitting us, like my emotional body, my physical body, my mental body, but I have a conscious awareness of what's happening, so I work with it. So someone that may not have a conscious understanding and is not working with it, may be experiencing great dis-ease in this moment, whether that's emotionally, physically, or mentally. And a lot of times, even I, who walk a conscious path, can project my stuff out as it is up and blaring. So imagine someone that doesn't realize that this is happening. So I don't know where that just came from. So obviously it was for someone. I had no thoughts about going into that. So let's start tonight with giving ourselves the gift of compassion and creating that field around us, and to be compassionate with our circle, because we've all came here tonight to work with the place of letting go. That's what the fire ceremony is about. The fire ceremony is about release, and releasing those things that don't serve and that are not in alignment with our higher self, that are not in alignment with who we've come here to be. And I was having a conversation with someone the other day, and it made me a little sad, the conversation. And it was also about not realizing that we are all love. And to think anything else about yourself is such a lie, is such an ego-driven lie that prevents us from really being able to step into our highest calling, to be able to step in to this place of love, to be able to step into who we were meant to be. So I guess Spirit really wants me to let you hear that. The only thing that we are is love. Anything else is illusion, and anything else is just, bottom line, is just fear. And I can't say that I operate on that 24/7. I can't say that I don't get tripped up into 3D, because we are walking, we're spiritual beings, but we're also in earth school. So we're trying to maintain that level, and that's kind of what tonight's going to be about, is how much can we stay in that place of spirit, of being engaged with our higher self. And that is by, first off, acknowledging that we are love. And the conversation that I'd had with this person was saying that they don't believe that they are capable of that, and that they have snowed everyone, and that they are like unworthy, undesirable, and it made my heart very sad that someone would really think that of themselves and tried to tell me that they had snowed me. I said they'd take a friggin' lot on this planet to snow me. So it was, I just really didn't think, I don't even know at my lowest point that I thought that to that level of depth. I did feel that, but to be that it was shown as an absolute truth. So there is only one truth, right? So I hope everyone, please hear that. I'm talking, maybe there's someone here that needs to hear that. There's only one truth in this world, and that is that we are children of God. We are have you ever seen as God, Allah, Goddess, however you say it, there is a creative force that you are a divine representation of. And the other parts are our conditioning, our programming, past lives that we came in here with, societal belief systems. You know, if you came in as a man, there's a certain set of thought forms. If you came in as a woman, there's a certain, came in with someone that was a woman that feels more male, vice versa. Like whatever that is within you, there is a programming attached to that. And how do we release these programs? How do we be able to really step in to our divinity? How do we be able to own it to a point and a place that becomes our absolute truth? Because to me, that's this new age of Aquarian, is when we can really fully step in and engage that, when we really can see separation as a lie, or the separation that's being presented on the planet right now is all there to keep us from stepping into our divinity. Because, you know, whatever it is, you know, but I mean, bottom line, it's mostly political. So whether you're a Democrat or a Republican, and I do hair, you know, for anyone new here tonight, I'm hairdresser by day, shaman by night. I don't really tell anyone other than people that want to share things with me, that we have similar beliefs. I will engage in a conversation, but I will not tell anyone that is of a different mindset that I think differently. And not because I'm trying to avoid confrontation, it's because to me, that just will create separation between me and my client. And then I can't be in service to them because I channel my hairdressing work also. It's purely a flow. So, and I want to be able to be there and hold them in the highest light, and they I. Because to me, that's what we're here to do, right? To be able to see the light in each other, to see that. So to get engaged in battle or in conflict is not going to be in service to the light. There's just no point in it, like other than to create more division, other than to create more separation. And that's not being in service. And I live a path of service. It's not easy all the time. And I don't always answer my call as well as I would like to. But I would like to say that every day I strive to reach that. So that place of separation, and then spirits tell me right now, and it's not even just separation between that, it's separation with self. It's any thought forms that you share to yourself on a daily basis that say you're less than, that you're not worthy, that you don't know enough, you're not good enough. All those limiting belief systems is a place within yourself that is creating division. And then you can't access your higher self or our spiritual heart, which tonight we're going to really work with connecting to. You know, how do we really get in touch with that spiritual heart? How do we see through the lens of our spiritual heart? Not our ego, not our conditioning, not our limited beliefs, but how do we access and really swell open and expand that heart that lives within us? Um, Spirit is saying, this is the call. For all those walking a conscious path, this is your call right now. This is what you're here to do. You've all signed up for this. You've all made an agreement to do this. This is all part of us being in service to not only humanity, but mostly to ourselves. We can't give anything that we don't own. So first we need to own it. First we need to awaken it, become aware of it, own it, and then utilize it. So we're going to go on a journey this evening. And it's called a dismemberment journey. And how we're going to work the fire ceremony tonight is not how we've always done it. Is that once I open up directions, the fire is lit, and you will continually be putting things into the fire. But especially during our journey, see yourself connected to the fire. And as you're dismembering and letting things go, you're placing them in the fire. So it's going to be an active that while we're journeying, you're working with the sacred fire that will be in front of us. And it'll be part of our journey, part of our experience. And then when we want to bring in what's new, maybe that's how it will work. I never know. When we come out, then we'll work with the fire of what we want to bring in. Now that we've been made anew, maybe during the journey, we came with awarenesses of different skill sets or gifts or magic that we hold. Or just gratitude, just placing in gratitude. We're offering up that prayer of a homotakliasin. That's that prayer of, you know, you're saying to the creator, you know better than I, you know how to dream me better. Because the bottom line is we are here to dream a new world into being. And we can't do that from a place of separation. We can't do that from a place of hate. We can't do that from a place of not owning our divinity. Because what are we dreaming then? We're dreaming a nightmare. And that's what we see out there. And there are some people that already can feel the age of Aquarium because they're consciously dreaming that new world. They've completely disconnected from the nightmare, from the separation, because they know that that's not truth. And that's really what Christ did. Christ was the Son of God, just as we're all the Son of God or the daughters of God. But he owned it. He totally 100% bought in. So hence, to him, that's how he made a blind man see, because he couldn't see blindness. Blindness is a creation of God. Like, you know, that's how he was able to heal. Because what he did was when he looked into someone, he helped them awaken within themselves the Christ consciousness, that God consciousness, that place of knowing that we are all perfect in the eyes of God, that we are all a divine representation. And he was able to help someone access that within themselves. We all have that. We all have experienced miracles in our life. I can guarantee you, if you really sat and thought about it, there has been a miracle in your life. So in that moment, we were in divine flow with a Christ consciousness. So we knew in that moment that we were deserving, that we were worthy. But bottom line, that we just were. Like, so, yeah, Spirit's funny. So, I had no idea we were going to go on that. So, someone needed to hear it. I know I needed to hear it again today. So I'm just, before we get into some nuts and bolts things, I really don't know who may be new to ceremony here. So if you are new to ceremony, if it's your first time, if you could just, with the chat button, wherever it is on your screen, usually at the bottom, if you could just hit it, and to be able to say where you're at, if you're new, if this is a new experience. I don't even know how many people we have. Grace, how many? So we have 15 people, so I'm not sure if everyone has been to my ceremony, so please just let me be aware of where we're at. Actually, let's start with this too, because I Spirit wants to hear your name. So if every person could put into chat your name, maybe even where you're from, and what you're feeling right now after what Spirit just shared. I mean, anything like that. And Grace will read it off to me and I'll say it. Or say hey. But if we can just connect the circle in, that would be great. Because we are going to be doing some pretty it went fast. So first I'll say hi to Lynn and Sean. Hi to Laurie. Erin, hi from Holland. Gail's feeling open. Belinda from Philadelphia. Katie from New Jersey. Kim from Easterville. Alice from Philly. Carol, part of the earth.
Thank you for all the positive talk and kind words. Jody from New Jersey.
Jen from New Jersey.
Maureen Levittown.
Maureen Levittown. And Amanda and Michael. Okay.
Carol is curious.
Carol's curious. So is Debbie here?
Debbie,
Yes. Debbie's here. So maybe we just don't have Honey. Is Honey here? Curious. Who is that?
Says hi.
Who is it?
Says hi.
That could be Honey. Maybe just the iPhone.
Okay. Yeah, there was a phone number too that we did some a little bit ago, so maybe it's her.
Okay, so whoever is just connecting in, if you could just pop up in chat your name, where you're from, just to connect in. And I was kind of asking, oh, there's a message from me. So let's give 1 minute. See if Honey has entered the building. Oh, okay. So Honey is here, but on her phone. Alrighty. So Spirit, tell me, just give 1 more minute.
I'd love to hear you. Special divine awareness.
And so in here, Wade, do you want to?
Wade, one. Can
Oh,
they hear me?
Or, yeah, they should be able to hear you.
Oh, okay. Wade from Midtown. Just glad to be here with everybody.
Grace
Alrighty, so we're not going to do a lot of talking tonight. We're just going to dive in and do work. So this dismemberment journey that we are going to do, I'm just going to have some notes too, in case I. So I'm going to take everyone on a journey that is a conscious dismemberment. And dismemberments can be done when you're in times of great transition, when someone has illness, but our goal tonight, the intention that we're going to go in with, is when someone has something old or is stuck in a story, and helps you get a sense and get them out of the way. So we want to be able to do this journey consciously, letting go on a cellular level, on a molecular level, on a physical level, on an emotional level. The old patterns and what are the stories? What is the limiting beliefs that are holding you back from being able to really step in? To be able to really step into that place of love. A woman that I follow about the full moon, an astrologer that I love, how she put it is between the Aries is in the sun and the moon is in Libra, that it's about how to, oh my God, and I just lost it. But it's basically love in action. So how do we access that? How do we really be able to be love in action? Because that's the call right now. Like, and we're in this place of spring, right? So we're still in this place of think of it too, what we're doing is, if we looked at ourselves as we're all out there weeding our gardens, cleaning up the garden beds, planting seeds, but getting the soil and the earth ready. That's us. So if we looked at ourselves as a garden, tonight what we're going to do is, how do we, through this dismemberment, start to just like really feel those places just start to fall away and just absorb into the earth, to really just, this is about a complete place of surrender and about really stepping into the place of the fool and to trust and know that you are held. And that's what my job is in ceremony, is how do we create a container that you are so held and that you're able to really just release all those pieces and to be able to just be essence without any of the baggage, without any of the bullshit, without any of the drama, without any of the old stories or the paradigms that hold us back. And we could find literally 1,000 things that tell us why we can't do something. Like, as a hairdresser, when I'm training a new employee, they're like, how do you understand what someone wants? I said, well, most people don't have any idea what they want, but they can ramble off for 2 hours what they don't want. Like, so I'll first start with, what don't you want? Or what have you had that you don't like? Because everyone can go into a story with that immediately. So, how do we let go of those stories that tell us that we can't, that we shouldn't, what have, could have, should have, will do us in every time. So how do we really sit there and really dive deep into coming right down to your essence, right down to that, and be able to then access spirit on such a deep level, access our spirit self, access our spiritual heart. For some people, it may be the first time you even experience it. And even people that have been doing it, allow yourself to be open and surprised by what comes up. Allow yourself to be so in that place of surrender that things bubble up that you weren't conscious of, and just realize that as it's falling off, it's going into the fire. That's the intention we're setting, that as you are doing this work, that release is all going into the fire. So, and that you're always remembered in the end. You're remembered by spirit. You're remembered by who you were meant to be when you came here. What your soul chose to do when it came here. And there's so much magic in that. So I invite you to allow the magic to come in too, so that it isn't so heavy. Because the bottom line, most of us have been working on all this stuff for lifetimes, bottom line. So it's ready to go. So just your intention going in is set the intention that anything that is ready to be released right now, any old story, limiting thought, belief, just let it go. Like step out of the place of suffering and step into the place of just beauty, of love and of light, of service, but mostly, as we started in the beginning, of service to yourself. Because only through being in service to ourselves can we be in service to others. It's just like on the plane, when the things come down, you have to first put yours on before you help someone else. So we need to help ourselves first. So how do we help ourselves to then be able to help others? So we can look at grief, an illness, and if you don't feel completely remembered back right in this moment, that's okay. It'll come in your dream state. Know that you are held, and just allow those pieces to start coming back. See, I have a feeling, okay, it may be a little different than this conscious dismemberment, this more basic one. We're going to work with bringing yourself back more. That's the best way I can put it. So just remember, I'll be drumming, I'll be talking, I will guide you through it. We have the candles here, so you don't need to light a candle. This is our fire. This will be our sacred fire. I'm trying to think. And I'll read you the card too. I always pull a card when we're doing the fire. Well, anytime I do a fire ceremony, of a soul oracle card. So I'll wait till we open directions and I'll read that. It's kind of all on this line. Does anyone have any questions? It's totally fine. Any questions? Okay. Alrighty, so for those new to ceremony with me, I will open directions and that creates sacred space. But I'm also going to teach you real quick how to create your own space within that, especially since we'll be doing this deep work of dismemberment. So before we dive right in, I'm going to have you just sit and close your eyes. And we're going to do an exercise called opening your Viracocha. And that's your soul light. So you're going to put your hands above your head, kind of where your ninth chakra is. And feel this sense above your head. You'll feel this bubble. This bubble of light. Give everyone a moment and just sense it and feel it. Your hands won't be able to come together. And even if you don't feel it, I want you to just follow and you'll feel the difference in your body. Now put your hands the back of your hand to the back of your hand, and bring it up and feel it pierce through that soul chakra. And bring your hands down like that of a peacock and feel that energy of your soul begin to go around you until you're sitting in the sacred space of your soul. Bring your hands all the way down to the earth, to the ground, and tuck that bubble of light underneath you. And take a moment to feel and sense how this bubble feels. You can put your hands and feel the outsides of it. If there are any tears or any ripples or bumps, smooth them out. If it's too close to you, spread it out a little to give yourself some space. And feel it around you. And then just sit there for a moment and feel how you feel held. Feel how you feel surrounded. And know that you can do this at any time. This is great to do before meditation. This is great to do when you're entering a space that you may not feel completely comfortable in or safe in. Open up your bubble. Sit inside. And we're not going to pull out of here. And I will open up sacred space so we have the 2 layers of being held and wrapped in protection. Okay. The winds of the south, the great serpent, Sachamama, come and wrap your coil of light around us. Help us shed our past the way you shed your skin in one clean swoop. Help us stay out of that place of suffering and step into that place of impeccability. And thank you for any and all healing that will occur on the physical level. Oh. The winds of the west, Dr. Mother Jaguar, thank you for coming and protecting our medicine space. Oh, thank you for teaching us how to go over that rainbow bridge, how to have one foot in this world and one foot in the next. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for teaching us how to live fearlessly. And thank you, more importantly, for teaching us how to be peaceful, luminous warriors so that we can learn how to walk on this planet, yet not leave any footprint. And thank you for any and all healing that will occur on the emotional level. Oh. The winds of the north, to Sita Kinte, great hummingbird, grandmothers and grandfathers and ancient ones. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for this place of mythic and of magic and of imagery. Thank you for this place of stillness and light. Thank you for teaching us how to be the eye in the center of the storm. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I thank you, more importantly, to teach us where to drink directly from the sweet nectar of life so we no longer source from places that no longer feed us. Oh. The wind to the east, Great Eagle, Condor, Apuchin, you fly wing to wing with the great mystery. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for taking us to the mountains that we only dare to dream of. Thank you for teaching us how to fly wingtip to wingtip with the great mystery. Oh, thank you so much for helping us with the eagle vision. Help us to see all the limitless possibilities available at all times so that we once and for all step out of that place of being fated and step into that place of our destiny. Oh. Mama, great mother. Thank you for coming here for the healing of all your children. The 2-legged, the 4-legged, the creepy, the crawling, the fin, the fern, and the winged. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for being the true alchemist and taking that which no longer serves and bringing it back to us in the gifts of gold, Thank you so much for being this place of foundation, of nurturing, of strength. And more importantly, thank you for being patient with us as a species and leaving us on your back yet another day. Oh. Mama Kia, Star Nation's Great Spirit, you are known by 1,000 names and you are unnameable. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for the hearts and minds and souls of everyone in this circle. Please whisper in our ear and touch our hearts. Help us to work with this journey. Help us to work with it in a way that we let go of all those things that are no longer in service. Help us to just drop them, just release them. Help us to get to this beautiful place of surrender. Surrender in a peaceful way, in a loving way, in an honoring way. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I thank you yet again for allowing me to be a hollow bone so that I may be an instrument for prayer. And I thank you for all those ancestors that went before and sacrificed their lives so that we may make this prayer. Oh. And Spirit wants me to share with you that on the altar, there are many crystals about the sun and the moon, the masculine, the feminine. But we also have on here a sculpture, a clay piece of art that I got when I was in Peru the first time. And it's a woman that's pregnant. So it wanted to be on the altar to show what we can be pregnant with. What are we here to birth? What are we here to fill ourselves up with? And so I encourage you all to see yourselves as becoming these fertile places to be able to bring in new life, to be able to birth new ideas, birth new pictures, birth a new story. What's your new story? What chapter are you ready to write? So remember that our intention is to step in, to go on a dismemberment journey, to be able to release the old stories, the old tapes, the old awarenesses, so that we can step more fully into that place of being action with love. And so we have lots of crystals up here about that dark part, that earth that's just rich, and that void where anything is possible. So before we turn off the light, I will read to you the card that I pulled, and Grace can put it up and see if you guys can see it. And it's called Live from Spirit. So it's like a man blindfolded. Is it? Can everyone see it? So with like doves around him, and he's like walking on a tightrope high above the tree line. So I'm going to close your eyes as I read this, because when I asked what was the soul card for all of us, this is what came up. So it says, live from your spirit. If you feel that everything you're doing right now isn't working, or that every situation you face is working against you, be glad. Believe it or not, on a soul level, you're simply entering a major learning curve. The only thing blocking you is thinking too much, instead of just following your spirit. The more your soul asserts itself, the more you must respond from your higher self. View all aggravating circumstances as an invitation to grow and flex your divine muscles. Stop lamenting. Why is this happening to me? As though life is unfair. The awakened soul knows that this isn't the case. Life just is. It's your response that decides the outcome. Stay connected to your higher self rather than drowning in the drama. Above all, take a close look at how much of your behavior is simply an unsavory, unconscious goulash of conditioning acquired from childhood, peer pressure, the media, society, or even past lives, and not a reflection of your true spirit. Your soul's purpose right now is to eliminate all the overthinking and negative habits that clog your judgment, hijack your freedom, and victimize you. Instead, use the power of your higher self. Your soul's lesson is to stop playing the victim of circumstance, focus, learn, and choose to respond appropriately when confronted with life's challenges. For those that have been coming to ceremony for a long time, know that I say this, to me, part of that is just living in that place of being able to shift your perception to that it's not happening to me, it's happening for me. Puts you in a place of empowerment and helps you to start to understand the why it's happening, so that you can get the lesson quicker and then it can be over. Then you get on the other side when you get the lesson, when you get the magic. So just take a drink. I'm just getting over a cold, so my throat's a little dry still. So I'll have Wade hit the light.
That, or do you want your phone?
Hmm?
You want your phone tilted to see that better? Or
Nah, I'm good.
good.
So let's get ready to go on journey. So we are enveloped in these two places of sacred space. So know that you're held, that you're safe. You can either lay down or sit up, whatever's more comfortable. Before we go in our mind's eye and in our heart, setting the intention that as we release these pieces, they go into this sacred fire and they will be released up to the great mystery. Calling on any spirit helpers, guides, ancient ones, fairies, divas, power animals that you wish to take with you on journey, or ask if, just take a moment to ask, is anyone here that wants to come with you? Is there anyone here that wants to be your guide, to hold you? And before we begin, take 3 deep breaths, cleansing breaths in, releasing breaths out, just letting go of any chatter, any beliefs of what we believe is going to happen, any expectations, just let it all go. Just totally surrender into your higher self, into spirit, into the essence of the energy. So breath in. Another one. And just feel yourself getting centered. And feel your sacred heart begin to come on board. Begin to open up and expand, almost like that of a lotus in your chest. And begin to make your way into this sacred, sacred, sacred space. Into your sacred heart. And on the other side of the sacred heart, you see a pathway. It could be entering to the bottom of a cavern, canyon, or a cave. Or the bottom of the ocean. But see yourself making your way down. Into a place that where you're held and you're nurtured. What does it look like? What does it feel like? What are the colors, the fragrance, the sounds? Who is with you? Is there a power animal, a guide, a fairy, a gnome, a diva, an archangel, a master, a loved one? And really feel yourself being planted in this sacred space. Call on the essence of your highest self, or of your sacred heart, asking them for their assistance and their guidance to help you on this journey. Helping you to allow things to bubble up that are here to be let go of, to be released. But to be honored and thanked and say your I love you, so thanking it for its service. But it's not time to dance anymore. And now that your body, mind, and spirit and soul is ready to take this journey, look across from you and you see a path. If you're in a canyon, you'll see switchbacks. If you're in a cave, you'll see this pathway leading up to a crevice where there is the light. Or if you're in the bottom of the ocean, you'll begin to swim up or float up. And begin to embark on your journey. And with each switchback or step or stroke, start to see pieces be left behind. Your clothes, your body, your organs, your bones, your cells, your mind, your thoughts. And keep making your way up. With each pass, letting go. Sadness, joy, any emotion that comes up. Anything in your physical body, any thoughts in your mind. And I will drum and give you that time. Just keep making your way up. And as you release, see it going into the fire. Honoring what is coming up to be let go. Be open to something new. Feel yourself freed of your mind, your body, your thoughts, your emotions. Keep making your way up that camera. As we begin to make it to the top of either the canyon, or the crevice from the cave, or the beach from the ocean. You should be back to the essence of just spirit. No form, no thoughts, just pure energy. how you feel free. Now call on the energy of the earth, Pachamama. Dissolve into her thick, rich soil. See yourself becoming earth. Becoming one with her. Feel how it feels to be Pachamama. Grounded, nurtured, strong foundation. And see what qualities she has for you. And I let earth go, giving great thanks. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for teaching me your medicine. Then call on the energy of water and become one with water and dissolve into it. Feel it beginning to awaken molecules within you, reinforming the cells that you will bring back, teaching you how to become fluid, to bringing movement so that you are no longer static. Just feel yourself as water. Unobstructed. Pure. And thanking the water, release the water. And call on the complementary opposite and that of fire. Become one with and dissolving into the fire. Feel how it begins to awaken you, to ignite your passion, to ignite your spirit, to put a fire in your belly. Feel how your spirit is beginning to flicker and dance like that of a fire. And then begin to thank fire and feel yourself step out of that place of being one with fire. And then call on the air. Feel yourself becoming one with air. that place of change, with weather, with storms, with clearing. With movement. Feel the winds of change as you become one with it. And then release yourself from the air. Thank you for the air. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Then call on source energy. Feel yourself becoming one with spirit, dissolving into this deep, rich place. Soaring to new heights. Expansive, explosive. See source begin to mold you back into the image of who you were meant to be. Yeah! See your cells come back. Your blood. Your bones. Your organs. Arms. Legs. Your mind. Your systems. Your nervous system. Your endocrine. Meaning you are pure spirit embodied. Begin to feel yourself dancing in absolute ecstasy. And with each step, you're remembered that much more. You're reawakened that much more. Be free. Let the drum move you. See yourself dancing around the fire. Feel the earth under you. Hear the rain outside and connect with the water. Feel the air blowing through your hair. grandmother moon. And bask in her glow. Bask in the glow of the grandmother energy. And see yourself being remembered. Let that light of the moon awaken the light that lives in you. The new light that you brought forward, see it ignited. See it expand, see it grow. And at this time, any new beginning that you would like to place in this fire, place it in now. Any insights, awarenesses, just allow yourself to dream right now. Dream big. Don't dream small. Dream as if God were dreaming you from this place of your new God self. And I'll drum for a couple minutes and sing our song while you work with this place. Nichi dai dai and you I Ronika, hey, hey, oh I. Nichi dai dai and you I Ronika, hey, hey, oh I. Nichi dai dai and you I Ronika, hey, hey. Nichi tai tai and you I Ronika, hey, hey, oh I. Nichi tai tai and you I Ronika, hey, oh I. Nichi tai tai and you I Ronika, hey, oh I. Nichi tai tai and you I Ronika, hey, oh I. Nichi tai tai and you I Ronika, hey, oh I. Nichi tai tai and you I Ronika, hey, oh I. Nichi tai tai and you I Ronika, hey, oh I. Nichi tai tai and you I Ronika, hey, oh I. Nichi tai tai and you I Ronika, hey, oh I. Nichi tai tai and you I Ronika, hey, oh I. Nichi tai tai and you I So take a moment to feel how you feel now. To feel the rebirth you were given. Really anchor it. What does it sound like? What does it smell like? What does it feel like? Own this as your truth. And know that you will continually be getting new pieces coming in. Allow yourself to be open to them. They will come in through dream time, through thoughts that come in, through heart stirrings. The world is speaking to you all the time. Spirit, God, Source, Allah, Goddess, however you see it, is always speaking to you. Be open and receptive to hearing her call, to seeing how she remembers you, to acknowledge what you have awakened within you. To take a moment to just breathe that in into your cells, your organs, your systems, your brain, your heart, and feel how your heart feels different. How it's this place of divine connection. And let us start to begin to make our way back. Down the path. And entering back through our spiritual heart. Back into your new physical body, your new emotional body, your new mental body, your new soul body. Wiggle your toes a little. Wiggle your fingers. Please remember that this is the state that you can reside in if you choose. It's always our choice. But Spirit is asking you to answer your soul's call and to step into this new way of being. To honor it, to be it. And I will pull a card. A light card. About what we have done as a group. What energy that we have created that can go out and be put into the world right now. It's one of my favorite cards. It's called Council of Light. Grace, we'll see if we can see it with the lights out. You may. So I want you to close your eyes and drink this in. Council of Light, divine orchestration and helpers in the subtle realms. The Council of Light is a team of benevolent beings who are here to assist the raising of consciousness of the planet. They are here to help you achieve your soul mission and are guiding you every step of the way. However, because we live in a world where free will reigns, they cannot help without your permission. If you would like their assistance, it is time to ask them. They can help with all kinds of requests. Nothing is too big or too small. Think of them as your personal team of helpers in the spirit realm. They are willing and ready to step in and get to work. What would you like help with? What tasks would you like to delegate to them? The Council of Light is a team of ascended masters, light beings, angels, and guides devoted to the rising of Earth and all humanity. If you are a light worker, it is from them that you receive your personal mission. Like a spirit world United Nations, they want to thank you for so much. Thank you so much for doing this work and devoting your life to uplifting the planet. Pray to them for clarity and guidance regarding your personal mission. Put in your requests and let them get the work done. So put your hand to your heart and repeat out loud this activation. Council of Light, I am ready to receive your help for fulfilling my personal dharmic mission. Thank you for guiding me with clarity every step of the way, and for sending me helpers and experiences that delight my mind, body, and spirit. And so it is, just feel. So what Spirit is asking of us is to remember that we need to call on them every day, to call on our helpers, to call on our guides. They cannot infringe on us. So take that time to call on them. Take that time every day to set your day. But be gentle with yourself. Maybe when we're done, close and do some journaling work or some meditation work and ask, what are all these new seeds? What is this new way of being? What are the gifts that you have? What is your mission right now? What are you being called and asked of? Not to be that it's heavy and there's something you have to do, but what delights your mind, body, and spirit? What can you do each day to be love in action? How do you bring it forward in small, loving acts of kindness? But just remember, first to yourself. So let's close our Viracocha. So now put your hands down into the earth and feel the edge of your soul and start to bring it up. Bring it all the way up. It goes back up there, and then just really pat your body and just anchor in all that yumminess that you sat in. The gift of your soul. And before we close directions, I will ask if anyone wants to share anything. They can put it in chat. Well, you know what? Let's close directions and then we can take a moment to put energy out. Not yet. The winds of the south, the great serpent, Sachamam. Thank you for wrapping your coil of light around us. Thank you for teaching us how to shed our past the way you shed your skin in one clean swoop. Thank you so much for assisting us. Help us to step out of suffering once and for all, to step out of our drama. Help us to be able to just step into this way of beauty, to step into this way of impeccability. Teach us to learn how to lay belly to belly with you, Mother, how to merge with you every day, how to claim these gifts. And thank you for any and all healing that has occurred on the physical level. Oh. To the west, Dr. Ango, Mother Jaguar, thank you for protecting our medicine space. Thank you for mulching that which no longer serves. Thank you for teaching us how to go over that rainbow bridge, how to have one foot in this world and one foot in the next. More importantly, thank you for teaching us how to live fearlessly. Help us to learn more and more each day how to be peaceful, luminous warriors so that we walk on this planet and not leave a footprint. And thank you for any and all healing that has occurred on the emotional level. Oh. To the winds of the north, to Sita Kente, great hummingbird, grandmothers and grandfathers and ancient ones, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for this place of mythic and of magic and imagery. Thank you for this place of stillness and play. Thank you for teaching us how to be the eye in the center of the storm. But most importantly, continue to teach us how to drink directly from the sweet nectar of life so that we no longer source from places that no longer feed us. Oh. Going to the east, great eagle condor, Apuchin, you who fly wing to wing with the great mystery. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for taking us to the mountains that we only dare to dream of. Thank you for teaching us how to fly wingtip to wingtip with the great mystery. Oh, and thank you so much. Help us to learn how to look with the eagle vision so that we can see all the limitless possibilities available all time so that we once and for all step out of that place of being fated and step into that place of our destiny. Oh. Mama, great mother, thank you for coming here for the healing of all your children. The two-legged, the four-legged, the creepy, the crawler, the fin, the fern, the winged. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for being the true alchemist, taking that which no longer serves, bringing it back to us in the gifts of gold. And I thank you so much for teaching us this place of grounding, this place of foundation, this place of nurturing, but more importantly, this place of planting these new seeds of our becoming. Help us to continue to clear out and make way and make our soil fertile and rich with our thoughts, with our actions, and with our intention. Oh. Mama Kia, Star Nations, Great Spirit, you are known by 1,000 names and you are unnameable. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for the hearts and minds and soul of everyone in this circle. Please continue to whisper in our ear and touch our hearts. Please continue to help us to remember ourselves through the eyes of spirit, through the eyes of our soul. Help us to walk that talk. Help us to really step into our divinity and to own it and to know that we are deserving and we are worthy. I thank you yet again for allowing me to be a hollow bone and for an instrument of prayer. I thank you for continued guidance, and I thank you for this gift of ceremony. I thank you for all that it brings to all those that come to make a prayer. And I thank all the ancestors that have gone before and sacrificed their lives so that we may make this prayer. Oh. So I'm going to close the recording now, but I just want to thank everyone for coming to make a prayer. This was big work, and I honor you all for showing up, for looking at pieces, but don't even look at them. Just let them go. We have analyzed, we have tortured ourselves for far too long. Just allow it all to continue to fall away. It's not who we were meant to be. So I love you all. I honor you. And I want to say that I see the light that lives in you. Home Could you just hit the record button?